Hi and welcome to the fifth video in the Aztec tutorial series. This tutorial will help you to create a news page. Unlike most other sites, news pages are a little more difficult to get your head around, so this will hopefully explain this step by step. So I'm going to begin by navigating to Pages, and I'm going to select New Page. I'm going to call this one News, then I'm going to publish it. Once it's published, I need to be able to access it, so I'm going to come to Appearance, Menus. I'm going to select News from the left hand side, put tick in the box, and I'm going to say Add to Menu. And here it is. I'm then going to click Save Menu. Check everything's worked correctly by going to the front end of the website and refreshing. And it should appear up here. There we go, there's the news page, and if I click on that, that should be completely blank. Which it is, there's nothing here. So, going back to the back end of the website, Pages again, all pages, and I'm going to click on News. Now if Aztec have already set this up for you, this next step will not apply, but you can always check, and if you follow the tutorial you'll know how to do this if you wish to do it on another page. This can be used for other pages other than news, but Aztec always use this as standard for news. So I'm going to select Fusion Builder here from the blue button. I'm then going to select a full width container, and then I'm going to swap to Builder Elements. I'm then going to take in Recent Posts from the Elements and drop that in, and then I'm going to come over and click on Edit. Right, default layout, thumbnails or date on side. I'm going to take date on side. I'm not really bothered about hover or anything like that. The number of columns, I want it to fill the whole page, that's why I chose a full width column, so I only want one column from top to bottom. The number of posts to show, I'm going to change that to, for example, 10. Now this is worth remembering, if you set it to 10 and there's 11 posts, the oldest post will not show, the latest one will. And that's the way it works. So you can only ever see 10, and as soon as something new appears, the oldest will be removed automatically. If at any point in time you wish to skip posts, you can put in a skip number here, like 3, in which case it will only show 7 posts. Now, here's the exciting bits to remember. Categories and exclude categories. Mainly categories, you only want the one category. As you can see, it says uncategorized at the minute. We'll come back to that in a second. And if you wish to exclude categories, I don't usually want to do this, but you may want to at some point, in which case you can simply click and select from the list of categories that you'll have. Show thumbnail, not relevant this time. Show title, yes. Show metadata, not really relevant for viewers to see. Then we come down to the excerpt. Now the reason I've gone for this is if I select yes, I can put this news panel on the front page of a website and maybe say show me 5 posts of the latest news and only show me the first 50 words or 35 words or whichever. As this is going to be the news page, and I'm not trying to insert a snippet, so to speak, on the front page, I'm going to say show excerpt, no. Now it's going to show the whole thing. And if you want to be 100% sure, you can set this to 500. It shouldn't be relevant at all, but if you want to be on the safe side and be sure you've done it right, that's the easiest way to do it. And then I'm going to click Save. Then I can check everything, one column with the date on the side and its category called uncategorized. I'm going to click update. I'm going to save that because we're going to come back and change it again in a minute. Now that the page is saved, I'm going to go to posts, and you'll see here under posts you've got categories here. All posts or add new. All posts will let you view all the posts that have been created. Categories will allow you to create and remove categories. However, we're going to go for add new. We're going to give the post a title. This is our news post. And in here I'm just going to put some random letters so you can see that we're, getting all excited and hitting too many keys. 1 second while we get this back under control. There we go. Right, lots and lots of keys here. There we go. Over this side you have options. Standard post will let you put in small images and text. Gallery will let you insert a text. An image will obviously let you insert an image and a video and audio and chat. So you need to select whichever one. Standard will give you the options to insert any of the others, so I tend to stick with standard. So we've now created a post. The one thing we haven't done is told it where to store it. Categories are the most useful part for indexing and sorting things out on your website, making it easy to navigate. So if I create a new category, I can do it here, and I simply create news. I can choose whether it's a parent category or it's just an ordinary standard category. If I selected, for example, parent category is where I'm going now, so let's save that one to make it easier to see. Now you can see I have news. If I, for example, wanted to have news and say I wanted morning news or afternoon news, I could then type that in here as a separate category, and then I could choose to have news as the parent category, just to make things easier to navigate. Not necessary now, but that's the option. All I'd have to do is type in whatever I want the category to be called, select whether it's going to be underneath one of the other two categories, and click Add New Category. Once that's created, I simply need to publish. Now, a thing to remember here is when you create your next post, you don't need to create the category because it's already going to be here, but you do have to put a tick in the box to tell it to place that post in that category. Once that's done and completed, I'm going to click Publish. Once saved, we're going to go back to Pages. I'm going to select All Pages. I'm going to select News Page. And then I'm going to come into the posts that we created before here and edit this. And this time I'm going to come down here to where it says Categories. I'm going to remove the uncategorized, click in the box and select News. And this only has to be done the once. Once it's set up for the category, you no longer need to touch it. So this page on the menu bar is called News. The easiest way to think of this page is it's an empty piece of glass. You can see through it, and it's going to display whatever you've told it for a category behind the piece of glass, one post at a time. So right at the minute we're set to display 10 posts. Now, if we come back to the front of the website, let's open a new window here. And then we go to News. You'll see we've got the date that we arranged to have, and this is our news post. And here you'll see the post. Now if we go back one page and we want to put an excerpt in here, we can select show excerpt, yes. That will now allow it to show whatever amount of text you wish to add. As it is the news page, you can leave it at 500, and now we'll see the text without actually having to click into the post to see all the information on it. This is handy if you've got a lot of posts and you want to narrow down the amount of text people can see, or you actually want them to click in so they have to so they can view the text. So here you'll see now we have the content of the post being placed here. This will continue down the page, 10 deep on the page, and then as we approach number 11, this old post here will be removed. So thanks for watching, and I hope that explains how posts in the news section work.